What is going on, guys? Well, I am back. I am back. I hope everyone had a good week. I hope everybody's going to be enjoying their July 4th weekend. I am burnt to a crisp right now, but some updates for the Philadelphia Eagles. Kind of want to talk about some things, so let's get straight into the news. What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey SHAKESQUAD coming, guys, with a video right now. So I want to go over the Philadelphia Eagles and some updates on what's going on, especially within the NFC East with Terry McLaurin getting a new contract, 3-year extension worth up to $23.3 million per year. The whole deal is worth about $53.15 million, $34.6 million fully guaranteed, and a signing bonus of $28 million. So he gets paid because, I think the last year of his contract was, I think he was only at $2.79 million for the year. If he didn't get a contract, he didn't show up to OTAs, didn't show up to minicamp. So very deserving contract for Terry McLaurin, a guy I definitely worry about on Washington, that we're going to see very early. I think week 3 of the season, if I'm not wrong. Correct me on that. Terry McLaurin's a beast, okay? Not only is it Washington offense got an upgrade in Carson Wentz, as much as I don't like Carson Wentz, as much as, I can get into all that stuff, but, if some of these receivers need a consistent quarterback, and Washington hasn't had a consistent quarterback. The Eagles haven't had a consistent quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's just, I think with Terry McLaurin coming and, on a big contract now, and now you have, Curtis Samuel coming back from injury. They drafted Jahan Dotson. Well, I thought it was a reach, but I think he's going to play very well. I was very high on him in the high second round. Great offensive line, running backs. They have it all. It's just the quarterback position. I think Terry McLaurin could play a lot better with a more consistent quarterback if they find their guy. If Carson Wentz is their guy, I don't think so. Kind of with the Philadelphia Eagles, now you acquired A.J. Brown, you have Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, you have some young players right now, in a really good lineup with a top 3 offensive line, great running backs, and a quarterback that is going to prove himself in Jalen Hurts this year. And you know what? If Jalen Hurts works out, this is going to make it so much better for next year of having those 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and, you could be close to being a Super Bowl contender. And I'm hoping it is, guys. I'm not saying they're going to be, but I'm saying if Jalen Hurts takes that big step forward, then great. I'm very happy about it. Now, Miles Sanders had some quote. He got bashed, a couple days ago on some quotes that he said about this team. Okay, he said, quote unquote, we all feel like we're all on an all-star team, so we feel great, we feel unstoppable. I'm not gonna lie, the vibes are great, always have been. Okay, now when he says all-star team, I can't say that if I'm a player, I wouldn't even be saying any of this. Some of it, sure, we're gonna be a good team. I feel a great vibe. That's totally fine. But saying we're an all-star team is going a little bit too far. Miles Sanders needs to just worry about himself and make sure he can at least score a touchdown this year, and at least he can stay healthy. And, he's on a contract year this year, guys. Look, to be honest with you, I've sat here and thought about it for weeks. Okay, I don't know if Miles Sanders is going to get a big contract. I don't know if the Eagles are going to be like, he's expendable and they could just let him go. Unless Miles Sanders is coming off a rookie contract and they, he doesn't want the bag and he'll take less money. And I don't know if he's going to be all about that. Most of these rookies, they want to secure their futures for themselves and their families. And, this is where they get, their first big contract, their second contract going out of their rookie contract. This is where they make all their money. So, even drafting Kenneth Gainwell in the 5th round last year, it kind of made me think, maybe they're not looking to pay for running back. The way they're drafting offensive linemen right now, and the way they're just getting this offensive line ready every single year, and the future looks very bright. Once Kelsey retires this year, Cam Jurgens is going to be the starting center and working under Jeff Stout, working under Jason Kelsey. He might even play next to him at guard if Isaac Seumalo doesn't pan out, or Driscoll can keep his spot at right guard. And you have Lane Johnson that's getting older right now. And, Driscoll could take his spot if he could stay healthy, because I thought Driscoll played really good his rookie year as a right tackle, but he's moved. I don't think he's the right guy at right guard, but I think he's solid. I think he's pretty good. But Miles, this one is a tricky one. He's one of my favorite players on the Philadelphia Eagles. I love his run style. I felt like he was trying to make a big play every time he had the ball in his hands last year. That's what I thought. Kenneth Gainwell had, I don't know how many touchdowns he had last year, but I thought he had a really good year. So I feel like if Miles isn't producing at the level he should be producing as the number 1 running back right now, I think Kenneth Gainwell could move up into that first slot if that's the case. If I feel like the Eagles are going to keep 4 running backs, Okay, so you have Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, and if they want to keep a fourth, if they need a bruiser, they want to try Huntley out. Not as a bruiser, but Huntley hasn't really had a chance, and the Eagles need to really give him a chance because I want to see more from him, and I know he's very talented. And you have Kennedy Brooks from Oklahoma undrafted that's played with Jalen Hurts. Or if he doesn't pan out, they might go get, Jordan Howard out in free agency. That, he would definitely come back, to the Philadelphia Eagles. But these stingers and these injuries that he's out for like 8-10 weeks, I just can't stand it. So I feel as of right now, Miles he got poked a little bit. I felt by the fans, and the media kind of twisted his words around, like he feels like he's on an all-star team. That's great, but you don't want to jinx yourself either. You know what I mean? I feel like this offense can go above and beyond. I think this could be a top 3 offense, one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL today. But when it comes to a run game, which I know we're going to run a lot this year, we're going to pass just a little bit more just because of having that expanded playbook with Jalen Hurts, doing more play action, less runs from Jalen Hurts, more throwing, and let the offense work for you, especially the run game, because, Boston Scott is only going to be here for a certain amount of time. He's always coming back on 1-year deals. Kenneth Gainwell looks like he's coming in for a monster. If Kenneth Gainwell starts playing well this year, look out, because I feel like, he could be that, I'm not saying a featured back because we really don't have a featured back. There's no such thing because we have we rotate guys all the time. But the guy that takes a little bit most of the carries than most of the other running backs, I feel like Gainwell could be that guy. I'm not saying that Gainwell has some special running ability, because he doesn't. He looks very average when he runs, but at the same time, he's got really good vision. He usually in the passing game, he makes the first guy miss. Usually 9 out of 10 times, whether he's running the ball or catching the ball, he makes the first guy miss all the time. And they've been putting him in the slot, and I feel like Miles Sanders needs to be used differently this year. Like, I missed how Doug Peterson ran with Miles Sanders in 2019. I loved when Miles Sanders was in the passing game, when they were doing the wheel routes and they were putting him on linebackers and missed. Like, I love that. And then when Nick came in, they kind of took that away from him, and they've been putting Boston Scott and Gainwell more in that position of being those receiving, running backs, going out for passes and being treated as wide receivers. So I would love for them to do that, but I just feel like they're not going to do that with Miles. I feel like they're not going to do that this year. So Miles just needs to worry about scoring touchdowns. I feel like he'll have 1,000 yards. If I was to name some breakout candidates this year, I think Miles Sanders is definitely one of them, on getting over 1,000 yards this year. I hope he does. I mean, he deserves it, because really the last year of Doug, when he was here, barely ran with Miles Sanders that year. Then when Nick came in his first year last year, they didn't run like first quarter of the season. They barely even ran the ball. So, I mean, Miles Sanders was just like sitting on the sideline most of the time or just blocking. But I think there's a lot to expect from Miles Sanders, a lot from within himself. And guys, like, as much as I hate to say it, like, I don't think he's going to stay. I don't think, if he plays not great, but not bad, maybe just okay, he might get a contract, maybe. Maybe that'll help us a little bit, but do we really want to put $30-40 million into the running back position in one guy? No, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think with the Eagles, they're drafting offensive linemen. They're going to do it every single year. Howie Roseman likes to take care of the trenches. We all know that, and they just got to get it done, man. I just feel like you don't have to pay guys mid-tier contracts at the running back position. You could just plug in guys, just kind of like, like Darren McFadden was on the Cowboys, and DeMarco Murray, like, they're just plug-in players that that monster offensive line, the first round pick, all across the board offensive line, and it worked. The Patriots do the same thing. They don't put a lot of money into that position because their offensive line is always stout. It's always great. But I just feel like Miles isn't going to be here after this year. I really don't. If he has a fantastic year, he won't be here. If I feel like if it's not a great year, maybe there's a chance of him coming back. But I'm rooting for him. So I want him to play the best he could possibly get, that he could have this year. So you guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think about Miles Sanders, just what to expect from him. And do you think what he said was kind of like over the top? Because a lot of players get excited. I mean, he's excited. He thinks this team is elite. He thinks this team is a bunch of all-stars. He thinks it's going to be one of the most explosive offenses. And I totally agree with that. but I'm not going to say, it's an all-star team. I'll just say, they have the weapons to get it done. That's a totally different way to say it. But that's it. You guys let me know what you guys think, obviously, about, Terry McLaurin getting his contract and what that means for Washington and us facing Terry McLaurin this year, and obviously Miles Sanders' quotes and the running back position in general with Miles Sanders. Do you think he re-signs, or do you think he goes somewhere else? You guys let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys on the next one, and appreciate everybody being patient. Kicks, what up, follows live. Peace out, guys. Peace.